everyone, this is Jackie from Bronx Baubles, and I'm bringing you another exciting video. I'm super duper excited to bring you this video because I'm back on my hunt. This is a haul that I did in the last 2 months, and so I want to bring to you the different jewels that I purchased. So here they are. If you're interested in seeing what I purchased, why I purchased, maybe a little bit of history here and there sprinkled in, then stay with me. And you know what? Let's just get this video started. Before I get started, I just want to thank everyone again for helping me reach 1,000 subscribers. And so I have 2 prizes that I want to give out to everyone. It's just a small token of appreciation. I want to give away 2 wonderful prizes to 2 people on my YouTube channel. And if you're interested in learning more, you got to see the rest of this video. So stay with me, okay? And I also want to introduce you to my buddy here. His name is Jeffrey. And of course, I always adorn my statues with jewelry. Every so often, I give him a little kiss. He is adorable. I love him, and he's a recent purchase. So, on to the jewelry. So, here is my haul. And these are jewelries that I found at the yard sales. I found them at thrift stores, and I found them at flea markets. So I want to go one by one and show you exactly what I have. So let me just dig right on in, and I'm pulling this out right here. Check this fabulous piece of thick, heavy, gaudy, and you guys know I love gaudy, jade. This is a hand-carved jade, and in the center is this wonderful big chunk of carved jade in a flower motif. And then it has these 2 large silver beads. I haven't tested it, so I don't know if it's sterling. And then it comes with this big chunky hook. There actually might be a mark on the pull of the toggle. I just noticed that. So it looks like this is sterling. And so this is just a wonderful piece that I love. Here is a fabulous bangle. This bangle is made with this hunter green enamel, and it has these Thailand dancers or Siam dancers. And this one is made, it says Thailand sterling, and it had a safety clasp that needs to be replaced, and that's an easy thing to do. And as you can see, it opens up like this. These amazing, gorgeous dancers. And if you see them in real life, it's incredible. Gugan was a big fan of them. There's a lot of famous artists that were big fans. I think here is a brooch that I found, and this is probably from the 1950s, right after the war. It's into the retro period. A lot of times these are made with sterling silver with vermeil. This is not. This is just plain metal. It has these beautiful faux pearls on each end here, and in the middle has this beautiful blue, almost an aquamarine blue stone that I thought was possibly uranium, but it's not. It's actually plastic, and there's no maker's mark on this piece, so it's not the highest of quality, but still a very snazzy, looking piece. And then I found on 2 separate occasions very similar bracelets. These are made in India, and they made with this interesting enamel that kind of flakes off pretty easily. This one has an elephant motif as well as this semi-paisley design on it, and this one has beautiful bright vibrant colors. There is a fish on this one, and it has a swirling pattern with some flowers. What I found interesting is that this one has inside the backside, it's made of brass, India. This one, when I looked at it, I didn't see an India stamp on it, but when I looked at it a little bit further, I realized that it's almost like a braille, and it has like this little tapping, and the name of it is India. So it does have the India pattern on the inside. And I think when you wear them together or in 2 separate arms, this is more like a boho look. I think it's really, really beautiful. And I found this. This is not a necklace. This is not a bracelet. This is an ankle bracelet. It's meant to be worn on your ankles. And it's this in this lovely, lovely garland sort of design with rhinestones, and it has an almost 18 or 24 karat look to it. And it has this beautiful little heart-shaped closure with these little dangles that's supposed to make a little bit of noise. And you put this on your ankle, and the reason why I love these is when you're on the beach, and hopefully maybe I can go into the Caribbean this summer, who knows, but when I'm on the beach wearing my little bathing suit and a cute little muumuu, or just, you know, looking cute, this is so fabulous on my ankles. And I always try to buy one and wear one for the summer. So that's what this is. And here I have an Ethiopian Coptic cross. This is made in Ethiopia. It's vintage. It's not something that's probably been made recently. It has these wonderful, wonderful carvings on it. What's unique about these Ethiopian crosses, they are the ancestors of the Ankh. And a lot of these motifs are based on different tribes. So you could actually figure out which tribe this is just by the design that's on it. I'm really interested in collecting these because I love to make a necklace out of it with, you know, maybe 20 different versions of these, both big, small, medium. It's made with a silver alloy. I don't believe it's sterling silver, but I haven't tested it out yet. And then I found this little guy. This one is a Marc Jacobs, and it kind of looks like a locket, and it could actually be similar to a locket and eventually turn into a locket. So go figure that one out. Well, let's figure it out together. How about that? So this one, you just slide it open, and you will see that there's some Marc Jacobs perfume on there. And this one happens to be dazzling. I have a bunch of these perfume necklaces, and I don't know why, I'm kind of obsessed with them. I actually even did a video on perfume jewelry, so I'll put the link below. Now, I have something very, very unique and very fascinating. And most people who see this won't know what it is. So before I tell you what it is, can you figure it out? Do you guys know what this is? Well, if you guess 3 knotted elephant hair bracelet, then you got this right. That's exactly what this is. And I knew right away when I saw it what it was. It's made with genuine elephant hair, and it's made with these 3 knots. And a lot of times when you see these bracelets, they don't have 3 knots. They only have maybe 1, maybe 2. So the more knots it has, the better in value it gets. And when it has the knots, they don't always come with this elaborate lattice work on the knots. It's usually a very simplified knot that's kind of wrapped around. So these are very, very elaborate. And one of the more interesting thing about this piece is that I actually sat here and count each and every one of these strands of hair. And this bracelet has over 115 strands. So that's what this is right here. It has over 150 strands. And that's a lot. Usually maybe there's 20, 30, 40, maybe up to 50. So this really and truly is a high quality, high-end elephant hair bracelet. Now, when I first got it, one of the strands was a little loose. And so I took the liberty in cutting a little piece off of it and putting it in a flame just to make sure that this was genuine elephant hair. And when I smelled it, it smelled like burning hair. And that's when I knew for sure that this was elephant hair. Now, I wouldn't necessarily recommend anybody to try that because I just happen to have that lucky extra piece of strand of hair that was loose that was long enough for me to cut just a little piece off of it without damaging the bracelet. There was a law, and I believe it was passed in 2016, that prohibits anyone from selling elephant hair. So now you can only buy elephant hair from someone who's certified in selling elephant hair, and they do it in a way that's organic and holistic, so that they're not hurting the animal at all for the hair. The hair falls off and they collect it, they gather them up and create these amazing bracelets. These bracelets can come in different colors, just like human hair. They're blonde, they're white, they're black, they're brown, and there's even red. And anything other than this brown, dark brown hair is considered quite unique and quite rare. But most of the time they're coming in this color. And I'm going to do a whole series on this just so that those people can educate themselves on this type of jewelry, because there is a whole segment of jewelry that is regulated by laws, and elephant hair happens to be one. Ivory is another. Certain alligator jewelry, certain jewelry that's made with tortoise shell, certain coral jewelry. So this is a unique piece of jewelry, and let me know your thoughts on this piece of jewelry. It's sort of controversial. I know that it is, but I want to hear your thoughts and your opinion on it. So please chime in. This is the most gorgeous rose brooch that I have. I tend to buy a lot of rose brooches, and I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that roses was my father's favorite flower. I think roses are gorgeous and beautiful. My daughter's middle name is Rose, and so I gravitate to buying these pieces. And this one is in particular a really outstanding size. Look how big it is. It's huge. And this brooch is made with sterling silver. There is a mark in the bark back here that's made in Mexico, and it's T, I think that's an R or an A -08, which is the foundry, the studio that this particular brooch was made in. It is 3-dimensional. It looks definitely handmade. It's probably cut and then etched. And there's this interesting texture on the rose, on the leaves, on the stem. It's large and in charge, and as you can see, it's just a real fabulous piece. Here is another fascinating piece, and what I love about this piece was the unique specialty stones that are used. And I also love this beautiful Asian motif, gorgeous clasp. And when you open it up, it has this safety catch. And when you pull it out, it has SS for sterling silver. And I believe this is vermeil, gold over sterling silver. The fact that it has this amazing clasp tells me that this is a high-end piece. When I got it home, I looked at the barreled beads, and I loved that the top of it, the edge, were carved, and it was almost as if it was dipped in some sort of gold, and just the coloration of it was just very unique to me. And then something went ahead and told me, I wonder if this is uranium glass. So I took my trusty handy dandy black light, and sure enough, it's uranium glass. It's a very unique version of uranium glass. And it's one that I've never ever seen in my whole entire life. And I just thought it was even more stunning than I originally thought. It's a very beautiful piece. If anybody knows anything about it, please tell me. So how about this? This is so incredibly beautiful. I got this at the same time that I got this. So this was the two necklaces that would happen to be in the lot, as well as this brooch. And there was a couple more pieces, and I think some of them are still in here. And that was the $150 lot at the flea market in New York City, the Chelsea flea market to be exact. The way that they use this amazing hook is just in class. Is just fabulous. It's made with this pave diamonds on this beautiful, beautiful gold, and even on the jump ring, it has these little pave, so it just gives it that extra bit of quality. It doesn't have a mark, so I do not think that this is vermeil. I just think that it's made with gold and these paves. And then you have this, I truly believe these are crystal, mystic quartz crystals, because if you look at it, everything is inverted, and it has that smoky look. And it also contains this just fabulous, this looks like chocolate diamond. It's like a bead of some sort, and it just gives it that extra elegant look. And then you get to this raw quartz, and it has shades of, it's like almost tea stained. So it has this wonderful juxtaposition of these highly polished crystals against this raw quartz, and that's a little bit tea stained. And then opposite that is this brilliant bead that has these amazing crystals on it that just captures the light. And then this wonderful clasp that's covered in pave diamonds, making a unique and fabulous piece. Can't wait to wear this with this nice beautiful sundress I have for this summer. It's pretty heavy too. And then I want to show you, oh my God, this incredible ring. This is one huge scarab, and it's made with this cyan stone, and it's carved. I don't know if it's antique, but it's definitely at least vintage. It looks like it was supposed to be drilled to go this way, you know, but they drilled it through the sides. And this was a homemade piece with this big honking brass. And underneath, if you look at the scarab, has hieroglyphics on there. So this is just an incredible piece. The size of it alone is just amazing. And this was made by a woman called Chantel. She said that she created this, and look. Isn't that pretty? Really beautiful. Here is another piece that Chantel made. This one, similar idea, made with this big, thick, I mean, you can't really bend it. I mean, you're gonna need some kind of machinery to bend it. It's not flimsy at all. And she made it with this honking carnelian. Carnelian is an incredible stone because carnelian is one of the first real gemstones that was used in incredible jewelry. The Egyptians wore it, the Romans wore it, and it's supposed to signify blood. It's a feminine stone because it signifies a woman's menstrual cycle. So it has imbued with tons and tons of energy, and it looks really fabulous. And unless you wore one on one hand and you wore this one on the other hand, voila, you see. It just, again, this one was also made by Chantel. She's a costume designer. She designs for rock bands and shows and videos and things like that. And these are going to remain in my collection forever, I think. These are super beautiful and fabulous. I have to say, I'm having some technical difficulties. I've tried to record this last half of this video 3 separate times, and this is my 4th try, and I decided to go mic-less because I was having difficulties with it. So bear with me for the changes of the audio on this recording, but we got to carry on, right? So I want to really share the rest of these treasures with you. So here we go. So here I have another piece of jewelry. Can you guys figure out what this is? Can you figure out where it came from? Well, this is a coyote vertebrae, and this was made by the same designer as the other two rings. This is what it looks like from the back side. This is what it looks like on the front side. It's not the world's most comfortable ring, but it is a very interesting conversation starter. This piece is made with the lost wax technique, and coyote jewelry is very symbolic, especially for the Native Americans. Coyote has very, very cunning, super incredibly smart, and very mischievous. And so anyone who wears items that come from these spirit animals, you embody that spirit within yourself. Here is another fabulous piece. I'm super duper excited about this one because this one brought me way back. It brought me back to the year 2000, because during that time I was a huge fan of Bauer brooches, B-A-U-E-R, and they, I think, started in the 80s, but I discovered them in the 2000s, and they did these whimsical brooches. They did ones that look like New York City taxi cabs, the Empire State Building, a pair of shoes, clowns, little puppies and cats, and all different kinds of critters and stuff like that. This one is an amazing, beautiful holiday scene. And what I love so much about this brooch is, you know, I always mention how you have to get your eyes keen to quality design work. And the reason why I want to say that about this piece is because this little tiny piece is packed full of details. And if you look at it, you might not even realize how much detail is in this little 2-inch by 2.5-inch brooch. So let's break it down. This is a fireplace, and in the fireplace is this beautiful mantle ledge. On top of the ledge is a candlestick holder. The candlestick holder has this really fancy little hook, and on it is a candlestick, and this little tiny rhinestone in red on the top is the flame of the candlestick. Isn't that incredible detail? Let's go a little further. This also has two tiny little Christmas stockings. They're cute and they're adorable, and they're on the mantle. Then we go down here, we see these two, I think they're called fireplace anvils, and they're the decorative pieces that hold up the logs of wood for the flame. And if you're not careful, you might even miss this tiny little detail, because I almost did. And it's 2 rows of brown rhinestone that's supposed to depict the logs of the flame. So that's a nice little, cute little detail. And inside is the roaring flames. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. One of them has these beautiful, beautiful aurora borealis to give it that mystical, fiery look. Really, really nice details. And I just think that this whole entire little piece conveys a holiday Christmas scene. And I just love it, love it, love it. And if you could believe it or not, you have 2 cartouches here at the bottom that say Bauer, but they are made so that you could stand it up on a little ledge. And so it's a nice little decorative piece too. Really incredible detail. And that's how you can tell quality pieces, by getting your eyes keen to this, to the details. And also knowing your designers. I knew right away this was a Bauer, but I knew it was a quality piece as soon as I saw it. So isn't this an adorable, tiny little detailed piece? Here is another piece of jewelry that I just absolutely love. I've always been a lover of tasseled jewelry. They became really, really popular after the Great Gatsby because they are deco inspired in design. This one I think might have been from the 70s or something like that, because they used to love their sautoir necklaces in the 70s. I believe this to be vintage. It's like an everyday piece for me. Probably maybe some of you might not wear it every day, but I most certainly would. So here you go, a nice tassel necklace. Now this is a fabulous, fabulous piece. Look at the length of this piece. Oh my gosh, I hope it's not knotted. Please don't be knotted. This piece, oh, here we go. Yay! No knots. This is an 100-inch necklace, and it is divine. This is made by a company called B from Italy, so it's Italian. I thought initially that it might be sterling silver with a vermeil gold plate, but I don't see a marking for it, so I can't guarantee that that's what it is. It has this really, really nice clasp that's kind of like hammered metal. It has a little bit of a Byzantine look, and it sort of reminds me of that Spanish shipwreck off the coast of Florida, where they found this long necklace in the bottom of the sea, and each of these links would be used as currency, and they were like really super duper long, like this one. It's very rare to find necklaces this long. I mean, you get the 18-inch, the 20-inch, the 24-inch, the 36-inch, and even 64-inch, but 100 inches? Wow, almost unheard of. And really, what I like about this piece, it brings me back to my childhood. And you say, how is that possible that this necklace can bring her back to her childhood? And it's because it reminds me of playing Catch in the Cradle. What a unique, diverse necklace that if you have these rowdy kids with you, you could teach them how to play this classic game. Me and my sisters were playing for hours. And so this is a fabulous piece of jewelry that can be functional as well as playful, but really could be just as elegant as it is simple and casual. So it's a very versatile piece to have in my collection. Last but certainly not the least is these two necklaces. OMG. I hope it sparkles as much as it sparkles in my eyes. I don't know how it's going to show up on camera, but this is a really, really beautiful piece because it kind of sort of reminds me of Aurora Borealis. When I was a little girl, I was fascinated with the Aurora Borealis. I still am. Every time I see them out in the wild and they're affordable, I buy them. This is actually a little bit different than Aurora Borealis. It kind of has that look where if a Labradorite had a baby with Aurora Borealis, they'd make this bad mamma jamma. I'm here mating my jewelry. Isn't that like a little crazy? Well, I am a crazy jewelry lady. Some people call this mermaid beads. Some people call it fairy beads. And other people call it mystic aurora beads. I call it absolutely beautiful. So let's break it down here. Here is a very, very unique clasp with this hook that you have to kind of like push open like that. It's covered in fabulous laser cut pave stone crystals that I wouldn't be surprised if they are Swarovski or some other high-end crystal. I don't see any markings, so I don't think that the clasp is sterling silver, but it's still amazing and quality and well done nonetheless. Here on the side is this big elongated bead, and it's covered in dazzling, sparkly crystals. Each individual bead is hand knotted, so again, attests to its quality. This is a beautiful, beautiful piece that just glistens in the night, glistens in the sunlight, and I just think it's such a fabulous piece of jewelry. And here is its fabulous cousin. This one here is made with 925 lobster clasp, and it is marked. And here we have these, I think I would call them like faux marcasites, but it's a bead covered in these pyrite type beads or rhinestones. And then you have here this really, really clever stick pearls. It's really real, it's cultured, and are surrounded around with rhinestones, and then you have a coin pearl here and here. So you have some more beads scattered throughout, And then this really, really interesting, unique bead that's made to look a little bit like a druzy, I would say. And you could wear them layered together like this. You could probably double up the, it's a little tight probably, and wear them like this. And I hope that the camera does these pieces justice. Definitely a quality piece. It is a heavy piece. So I know people are shy to wear heavy pieces, but just train your neck. Go take your neck to the gym around the house, wearing these big baubles at home until they're comfortable enough to wear them out in the wild. So there you go. So my friends, that's the last of my haul. Tell me what you think. Do you like it as much as I did? I think this was a really, really good haul. So which one is my favorite? It has to be these two rings. Probably because it brings me back to antiquities. These are the rings that the Roman goddesses would wear. These are the rings that Egyptian queens would wear, and I'm a queen myself, so I can totally see myself wearing these pieces. And believe it or not, this piece right here, I almost wished this into existence. I couldn't believe that I found this incredible, unique piece. And it's one of those things that, again, I have to tell you, learn your stuff, study the books, read, about jewelry history, watch videos like mine. There's other really great YouTubers like Jason Adams, who does an incredible job with showing and telling about jewelry. Read the magazines so that you can spot these in the wild. When you see them, you know exactly what they are. And when I saw this, I had a real inkling of what this was, but it wasn't until I did that burn test, which I don't recommend, but I did it, that I really knew that this was a real elephant hair bracelet. It's a treasure. It really, truly is, and I will treasure it. So this is another one of my favorites. So my friends, which is your favorite? Which one really piqued your curiosity? Let me know in the comment section below. Now that we're at the end of my video, let's talk about that contest, huh? So I'm gonna give 2 lucky winners several pieces of jewelry. This is for people who live in the Americas. I'm sorry, I can't ship out for right now, international. So this is what you have to do to enter into the contest. Number 1, completely, totally free. You just have to be a subscriber to my videos. And number 2, totally and completely free, you have to leave me a comment. Number 3, send me an email to JackieBronxBaubles@gmail.com. Here it is on the bottom right here, JackieBronxBaubles@gmail.com, and tell me a little bit about why you feel you should be one of the winners. And I'll be happy to pick out 2 winners who's going to get several pieces of jewelry, and I will announce it in one of my future videos. So my friends, this is it. This is all I got for you. I hope you enjoy this haul. If you really enjoy my content, hit the subscribe button, please. Hit the like button and leave me a comment. Join the contest. And as I always say, wear your fabulous, beautiful vintage jewelry in good health. And with that, my friends, ciao!